The woman who's literally whiter than Wonder Bread.
Imagine, every loaf of Wonder is wrapped warm from the oven.
In the Stay Fresh wrapper.
And got into Harvard based on her minority status, which might as well be the very definition of delusional, was confronted yet again at another town hall meeting. But before we get into that, if you enjoy these videos, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon, give them a thumbs up, and share them with everybody you know. That way we'll circumvent all this YouTube censorship going on. And also, if you want to support the channel, my Patreon, PayPal, Bitcoin, and Subscribe Star links are also in the description below, along with a link to my shirt store, and every purchase from the shirt store helps support the channel. Now, let's get on with the video. The Democrat Party, which is still the party of the KKK, is like that horrible traveling circus with the rickety, dangerous rides, the expensive, health-destroying cotton candy, and the creepy clowns, each of whom are registered sex offenders. A traveling circus that refuses to pack up and go home. One of those clowns, we'll call her Pokey, short for Pocahontas, used to enjoy roaming the countryside with her war paint and feathered headdress, trying to convince everybody, including on state documents, that she was the daughter of a chief, Chief Lodacrap from the Slapaho tribe. Let's break down the brief confrontation at this town hall between audience member Elizabeth Radisich and Little Miss Lies-A-Lot.
Next question comes from Elizabeth Radisich.
Hi, Elizabeth.
Hi, Elizabeth.
We got double Elizabeths
yes,
here.
we are.
Here we go.
My 3-year-old twins are black. And so it's given me a totally different perspective on the purpose of affirmative action.
Now, just briefly, much of the quota-based affirmative action was implemented by LBJ and Nixon. And if you strip it down and wipe away all the euphemisms, it's the government's forceful action of discriminating against someone of non-color in order to accommodate someone of color just to make quotas. It's the opposite of merit-based action. It seeks to elevate the unqualified in the pool of the qualified. Put another way, affirmative action excelled at punishing competence while rewarding incompetence. Some would even go so far as to call it subsidizing ignorance, willful or otherwise. It's been demonstrated that one of the major failures of affirmative action is that it sets students up for failure by allowing college entry based on the color of skin rather than demonstrable capabilities. Back to the question.
Because even though I can give my children everything in the world, my children at age 3.5 have already faced racism.
Now, Warren doesn't ask this because she really doesn't care about her constituents, but I'm curious to know exactly how these little kids have already faced racism.
That's why we have affirmative action.
No, we have affirmative action because politicians are tools who seek to implement controls that'll transfer power from the people to the elite class, resulting in an unbalanced, weak, and dependent society.
So I struggle with your decisions earlier in your career to self-identify on state documents as Native American. I feel that disrespected the reason why we have those affirmative action categories.
In other words, you were gaming the system by lying, Pinocchio Hontus. Just say what you feel, woman.
So how do you overcome the bridge with voters like me who like you, who like your plans, who like what you have to say, but I have concerns about your honesty?
Warren's like, holy freaking cow farts, Batman. Not this damn question again.
So, I grew up out in Oklahoma, and like most people, my brothers and I learned about who we are from our mom and our dad.
Basically, it's not my fault I lied on all those entry forms. It's good old mom and dad.
Right.
My family's very important to me.
Yeah, my family's so important, in fact, that every time I'm asked this question, I throw them under the bus so as to escape personal responsibility for my own delusional lies.
And based on that, sometimes, decades ago, I identify that way.
Identified. Good word choice. But normal people just call what you did a lie.
But nothing about the way I identified ever had anything to do with my academic career. The Boston Globe did an extensive piece on that about a year ago.
Yeah, the Boston Globe proved that I didn't benefit from my lies. What she's saying is, since you can't believe me, I got the backing of the Boston Globe. It's truly pathetic.
Okay.
Even so, I shouldn't have done it. I am not a person of color. I am not a citizen of a tribe. And I've apologized for any confusion and over tribal sovereignty, tribal citizenship, and any harm caused by that. The way I see it,
Now she just goes off the rail and changes the subject of her decades-long blatant lies. The only reason Warren is coming forward and even addressing these lies is because she got caught. That anyone would seriously consider her as someone they want to rule over them is baffling to me. Now, this same woman from the audience was interviewed on Fox about her response to Warren's answer. Here's what she had to say.
That's just a little piece of the answer. It went on for a long time. What was your response? What were you thinking?
I think that if she had stopped at her initial statement, she would have been a lot better off. She apologized. She admitted that she had made a mistake.
Come on, let's stop calling this a mistake. Warren sought to capitalize on and personally benefit from a lie she kept telling for freaking decades. Oops, look at that. I made another mistake on another form. Oops, I did it again. These are not mistakes, they're willful, blatant lies. And a person who keeps willfully lying like this is called a, let's see, what's that called again? Oh yeah, a liar.
But then she went on to go into more information about housing and affirmative action, which at that point I felt like she was starting to pander to me instead of giving me an honest answer about where she had made a mistake.
So just to clarify the point for everybody at home, what was the point that you were trying to make about affirmative action as it applies to your family? And I think we have some pictures of you with some of your kids on the campaign trail as you fill us in there.
Yes. Well, again, the point I was trying to make is that the reason that we have affirmative action is to help people of color gain access to things like jobs, housing, whatnot. And when she chose to identify herself as a person of color, I feel like she took advantage of that. She says that she didn't receive any benefits, and I believe her when she says that.
Again, affirmative action is just another in a long line of government failures. And to actually believe Warren is to set yourself up to be deceived again and again by political parasites.
But as someone who has a similar family narrative, who had always heard that I had a Native grandparent, it never occurred to me that I should put that on an official form and try to represent myself as Native American. The only reason that someone would do that is to try to get a leg up, I can imagine.
Bingo! Guys, if you want to see the rest of the Fox interview and Warren's full answer, I'll drop those links below. Leave your thoughts about this for the world, the Google Thought Police, and all the political parasites who continue to want to game the system in the comments section below. If you guys enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, and share it with everybody you know. Also, check out over 100 hard-hitting designs in the shirt store, and if you want to support more content, hit me up on Patreon or PayPal. All those links will be in the description and in the pinned comment. I'll see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow ban video.